Alright, how's it going, everyone? My name is Alex Canati. I'm here to talk to you about avalanche survival in the US and avalanche deaths. No? Alright, so anywhere between 5 and 40 people die in the United States each year in avalanches, and my company and I hold courses in wilderness survival, and we want to determine if there's been a rising trend in avalanche deaths. If there's a trend that's moving in the positive direction, we plan on putting together more avalanche survival courses and offering them throughout the year in order to help people learn the natural safety lessons you need in order to survive in the backcountry. We're going to be looking both at a linear and exponential model for the past 25 years to look for data trends. Here's our data. As you can tell, it's pretty up and down, back and forth. It's pretty much like a slight positive trend if you look at these peaks here, but it's still all over the place. Averages and smoothing. This graph shows our 3-month moving average, 6-month moving average, and exponential smoothing. We see that blue line in the back shows our initial data. 3-month moving average is a little bit more, a little less extreme on all ends, pretty much in the mean of those data points. And the 6-month moving average is even better, shows the trend without doing all the crazy movements. And the exponential smoothing, if we look at it, we can tell it's kind of a little low in its estimations. Probably not going to use that. Here's our linear model. So we applied a linear prediction and a linear equation to this to see the trend moving from 1990 up until 2015, and then to predict values up until 2025. We see that the linear trend is positive. It's moving up. It tends to be it's pretty much in the middle of the data, and it's just a constant increase for our predictions into the future. If we look at our linear error, we see that mean error's pretty good. There's a couple points where it's negative, and that means that the forecasts are overshooting the values that actually exist. Mean absolute deviation is pretty low. There's a couple in the beginning where we see that the values were a little off, but besides that, it pretty much hangs out under 10. Keeps getting lower and lower as we go into the predictions as well. Mean absolute percent error is pretty much less than 1%, gets up to 1%, 1.5, 1.3 a couple of times. It's not too bad though. Tracking signal is pretty good. It stays between -4 and 4 for the entire model, indicating this is a pretty good model. So that's our equation. Basically, there's a pretty good trend shown here. Our linear or our error analysis shows that this is a pretty good model, so we can use it to predict that the number of deaths and avalanches in the U.S. is probably going to continue to rise. Possible explanations may be just because there's more people doing things in the mountains, there's more people doing wilderness activities, something like that. All right, this is our exponential model. As you can see, it's pretty much the same. The only difference is that there's a little bit of difference between where the exponential smoothing and the 6 and 3-month moving averages were compared to the linear model. And you see that green exponential prediction in the middle there. It's an alright model. Let's see, exponential error. Mean error is actually positive most of the time, so the estimations are a little low. Mean absolute deviation, it has a smaller range than the past, or sorry, a larger range than the previous. Wait, never mind. Yeah, linear has a larger range, so it also has lower values, which is good. But this is a little more contained, so that's nice as well. Mean absolute percent error, once again, pretty much below 1. Tracking signals are unfortunately increasing to up above 4 starting in 2000, meaning this probably isn't a pretty good model to estimate our trends. So our explanation here, it's our equation. 6-month moving average matches up the best with the data. Trend line does not accurately depict the data. It's much too low for most of it. We're going to use a linear model to estimate future predictions of avalanche deaths. So yeah, the linear model worked much better. Exponential failed, linear succeeded, whatever you want to say. trends set by the past 25 years are shown pretty well with it. Linear projection shows that the trend in avalanche deaths is positive, and the death number total is expected to increase each year. My company and I are going to continue to offer more avalanche safety classes in order to try and keep people safe and just meet the demand for people trying to learn new things and in order to stay safe.